Yo, new day, new do. I just lied. It's not another day. It's the exact same day, just like a couple hours later, and I have spent the entire day watching even more Soul Eater. Yes, you heard me right. I am, in fact, a loser who sits and rots in my room the entire day, and I have some things to say about the current situation. Because I just figured out that I'm actually at the filler part of Soul Eater. I watched a couple episodes later and I searched up on Reddit. Don't judge me here. I found a Reddit post with like 4 comments or something and realized that I'm actually just beginning the filler section. Which, even if I did not know that, I probably would have noticed, because there's a lot of shit that just feels off somehow. And I don't really know how to explain it. It's just that the characters are feeling very different in some way. But then again, how much is that, contributed to, just character development, and how much of that is the characters are written by different people that doesn't really know what's going on? Who really knows? So the thing is, the anime is like 50 episodes long or something. At about episode 35, from what I can gather, is where shit just starts to spin out of control, would some people say, would some Redditors say. I think it's just where the story is beginning to pick up and actually, just resolve a bunch of shit, all of the like mysteries going on and all the plot points are starting to gather. But that also, when you don't really have an ending for that, the thing is, the anime was made before the manga was finished, so they didn't, at some point, that being like episode 35 or something, that being the time that they just ran out of content to make. They ran out of canon material, so they just started making up shit. So far, so good, I would say. It's not gone downhill too far, at least. But it has begun to go downhill, especially for my brother Black Star. He is there was an immediate switch, because where I left off, he just begun that character arc of like, I used to be like the strongest. I used to like just beat up everyone. And now I'm getting beaten up by everyone. And he's having like to go through the mental anguish of that. Anguish is a strong word, but just the change, just the realization that you are not the strongest. You're not even close. Like it was really intriguing. Just, it doesn't sound that intriguing, but it was really intriguing. Just like see how that went, where it went. But it didn't really go anywhere, because anime filler. So essentially what I'm doing right now is just watching 20 episodes of fucking filler. Which sounds stupid, but that's what Reddit told me to do. So that's what I'm gonna do. And then I can read the ending afterwards, I suppose. Again, that's what these 4 comments on Reddit told me. So, thing is, the characters are changed just like that little too much. And I don't know whether that's the plot or the characters moving or the producers not knowing what the fuck they're doing. Because it could be both. For example, like, it's a shame that all of the good plot points and stuff are going to be wrapped up in a non-canon way, like in a fucking anime filler where the producers are just thinking, yeah, this makes sense, I guess, and that's kind of it. God, I hate my controller. So, yeah, I don't know. The whole plot with Stein is finally coming to a head, where it's also just the story. I don't really know. The story has a really weird direction right now, and I don't know what to do with that. Yo, hvad skal vi have til aftensmad, hvad du med?
Bliver folk sure, hvis jeg nu køber 2 frysepizza og en thai-boks eller noget?
Ja. Ja. Nej.
Jeg går ned og køber 2 frysepizzaer, og så er der noget råbrød og kundskaber til dig.
Nej.
Jo, det er så.
Nej.
Okay, råbrødet er i skabet ved siden af køleskabet.
Men er det du har rullet? Og har du haft nogle vidner?
Ja, det har jeg.
Aha, hvem er vidnet?
Gulle.
Aha.
Jeg mener Malte. Han er ikke lige nu, så...
Shit.
Du kan ikke spørge ham.
Damn, det sutter lidt.
Ja, men jeg rullede nat 20.
Det har jeg svært ved at tro.
Det gjorde jeg, og det var ja.
Du rullede 2 nat 20's.
Jeg rullede 2 nat 20's.
Makker.
Det gjorde jeg.
Så hvad ruller du?
Jeg går ned og køber nogle frysepizzaer til os.
Så alright. So now that's over with. Frankenstein he's just descending into madness. Holy shit, I just took my glasses off and I can see so much better but so much worse at the same time. It's incredible. Frankenstein's descent into madness is fascinating, but has gotten even more, like, it's just weird, and it doesn't really make sense anymore, because it just, we don't know what the fuck is going on. We don't know where, like, for the longest time, like, ask me 5 minutes ago, I was gonna rant about that exact thing, that we don't know what's going on with Frankenstein, Dr. Stein. We don't know what the fuck is going on with him, because we don't know where he is, because he just teleports all over the place, and the excuse is that, oh, but he's like, his mind is fucking with them, so he doesn't actually know himself where he is, and, you know, stuff like that. And sure, I guess that makes sense. It's not the worst excuse I've ever heard, but it's by far not the best, because the show has done this before, where he's like showing signs of madness, and like I actually liked the part where he's in the city and trying to leave, and he's like, you know, being guarded, I guess, by his partner, the fucking Death Scythe, which I can't remember the name of, Maka's dad, and then he just turns into a fucking dog, which has never happened before, and like, sure, oh wow, it's metaphorical, he's just like a guard dog for this, for the outside world, I guess, but at some point, you don't know what's metaphorical or not in this fucking situation, in this world that Stein is in. And it just confuses the fuck out of me, because the show has handled it before so much better. And now they just fumble everything. God damn it, that was not the best showcase I've ever done. So they have done it before, they can do it. They can just look at how it was done and do it again. But no, they decided not to. And, you know, again, he just teleports all over the place. At some point, he goes outside the wall, then he's in, like, he's, like, standing at the gate, looking at his home. Well, apparently his home is outside the walls, I guess. And then then he goes immediately to a bridge somewhere, and then I don't know, he meets a fucking little girl. Also, all the people he meets, they don't really make sense. They're just random people from his memory. Like, sure, I like the fact that he meets, like, his younger self, who basically just tries to, I guess, manipulate him into, like, doing just, like, what his instincts tell him, which makes sense from, like, a child's perspective, right? But it's just weird how he goes from place to place. And also, the last place we see him before 5 minutes ago, was in some sort of hospital where Maka's dad, the Death Scythe, was. I think Lord Death was there as well. And he was, like, being operated on or some shit. And then we didn't see him for, like, 20 episodes or something. And then he just shows up, like, staying at... God damn it. Holy fuck. Okay, I have lost my touch here. Then he just shows up randomly out of nowhere at Medusa's place. Like, with these random people. They're not random. It's just, like, a gathering point of people from the earlier episodes. Basically just a reminder that, hey, these people exist. For example, that, I think his name is Infinity. The guy who's basically a werewolf, and he got thrown into a frozen lake or some shit, and he's actually immortal, and he's been in prison his entire life. Was broken out by Medusa, and then never really touched upon again. I kind of wondered where the hell he went. And then he showed up again. So I guess that's kind of cool. We actually get an update on where the fuck he is. Because he felt like such a menace when we first met him, and then he just kind of disappeared. Not even disappeared into the lake, because we saw him afterwards. I don't remember where, but I'm pretty convinced we saw him afterwards too. And he just hasn't been around, I guess. So that kind of sucks. And now he's just chilling there with Stein and with Medusa, and they are just sitting there chilling. I like the things Medusa is doing, though. Don't get me wrong. I really like those because it shows actual competence from Medusa, but it also, on the opposite side of that coin, it shows the incompetence of Death. But seeing as how Death is so fucking mysterious already, we don't know if Death is incompetent or very competent. It's hinted at that Death actually knows what he's doing. He knows that he's not, he has some sort of other motive. What that motive is, we don't really know. Or how he's gonna get to it. Like, all of his plans don't really make sense. And I really want Death to just be an evil guy in the end. But that wish probably won't come true, especially here in the filler section. God damn it. This is the worst place you could be. Okay, thank you. So it is kind of goofy, like, all the things going on. And, like, also with Kid, Death the Kid, we just have not fucking seen him. That was another thing I wanted to say, but then I just saw him 5 minutes ago at the end of an episode. Like, the last time we saw him, he was just chilling at a basketball court with the other guys and just like, hey, talking vaguely about, yo, guys, we cannot trust the academy. And that was literally the last time we saw him. And yeah, then he just disappeared for, again, 20 episodes, kind of like Stein did. He just disappeared off the face of the earth. What the fuck was that? What the fuck? Then he just disappeared off the face of the earth, and then he shows up in the latest episode, flying off somewhere. We get mentions that, like, oh, he's gone. Like, what the fuck is it? What's up with that? Apparently he's sent on some sort of secret mission by death. But now that I know that they have not just forgotten about him, I have faith in the show again, even though this is all filler. But again, there are so many things, so many little things that just don't really make sense. Also, they have kind of started the final fight now. They've at least begun like preparations and stuff, and they are actually, you know, out in the field doing stuff. Again, I had the same question of like, why send a bunch of people on random missions suddenly? And again, the issue is that I don't know, like, I'm used to just getting my answers here, right? Of the questions. That's what Soul Eater has done so far. But my faith in the filler part of Soul Eater is not the greatest. So I don't know what to actually expect. If I should expect getting all these answers to the questions I have, or if I should just give up on them completely, or I should, you know, still have them or save them for the manga that's actually canon, or like what's going on. Basically, I don't know what my expectations should be. But I guess so far they're just gonna be the same as the canon material. So I'm gonna treat it equally, even though they're probably not equal. So this whole day, that is like, you know, the showdown between the two factions, aka Arachnophobia and the Academy. It's just like with the flip of a switch. It just happens. Like, okay. We get no like precursor to it. Like, it's not rare for us to get the POV of Death and like the things he's up to. Sure, they can be like secretive and like very vague, but we still get the insider information from that POV. And we just didn't get that here. It just started. The battle just started, and then, you know, 1 second we're at the school, then it's just another day. Then we get a whole announcement, and then the next fucking scene we are on the battlefield. And that kind of rubs me the wrong way, because where the fuck is all the, like, middle parts? Where's all the fluff of the actual story? Like, the characters interacting with each other and the story and whatnot. Also, they're in the middle of this, like, right before they attack Arachnophobia, and Arachnophobia attacks them. They get our team consisting of Maka, Tsubaki, Blackstar, and Soul. Also, I really like Soul in the filler, actually. That's something I gotta mention. Soul in the filler feels like an actual great character. Like, he's taking the reins on some shit that he probably shouldn't, but he does. And it feels like he just, you know, got more confident. And, like, more... You know, he knows what the fuck he's doing, and he knows his strengths and weaknesses, and that's what, like... that's, I guess, the entire story. Like, you know, just getting to learn yourself better and, like, your strengths and weaknesses. And that's, like... a pretty good character arc to have, especially now that we're in the later stages. Again, this is why I'm confused of, like, what parts of this is actual good character development, and what of it... fuck you. And what if it is just like... yeah, we fumbled the ball on this character. Like, what is what? I'm not sure. God damn it, I hate fucking Marmu. So, yeah, I like his character so far. But essentially we have this scene where Maka and... basically Maka just says, yeah, but what about Krona? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, the Academy is very sus right now. What the hell is going on? Because, essentially, Krona is figured out. It's also very weird the way she's, or he is figured out. Fucking shit, I'm gonna get cancelled for that. So Krona just walks out in the middle of the desert after he finds out that, you know, I can't actually remember why, but Krona walks out into the desert because he feels bad for what he did to Stein and shit, teacher woman. And that essentially leads to Sol and Maki, Maka, just wandering out and finding Krona immediately. And Krona confesses, and then, you know, shit goes down, and it essentially ends in Krona being exiled from the whole academy. And seeing as, like, you know, the failure of this teacher woman, like, she sees herself as a failure pretty much. She is not really expelled, but she just gave in her resignation. But it's essentially conveyed that this is all just a ploy from Lord Death, so that he can go after, what the fuck? Okay, there are so many moving parts, and I don't really know my feelings on all of them. I can't fucking remember what they were going on about, but they are essentially on a different mission, quote-unquote mission, because it's not supposed to actually be a mission. God, I hate Galleon, holy I dashed so long ago. What the hell? It's not even because my thing was not recharged. I literally just didn't dash. What? Okay, I'm switching controller for the next run. This is not even fun anymore. What the fuck? Awesome. Well, I'm gonna... I guess I'm gonna finish watching that and then come back and give my review. So, see you tomorrow.